when you already have workflow rules and approval process, why we need a process builder? Process builder is also an automated operation, like a workflow, like a approval process. Process builder is also an automated process. Why someone require approval process? Okay, process builder when we already have workflows and approval process. Now, let me give a quick example. I have a requirement like this. My requirement was if city equal to Hyderabad, field update, make a field update, stage equal to prospect. If city equal to Bangalore, city equal to Chennai, now how will you achieve this? If I want to achieve this using a workflow rules, I was supposed to create 3 rules, because I can define only one criteria for a rule. I can only define one criteria for a rule. Now, city equal Hyderabad, field update, then I have to define one separate rule. Then, if I city equal to Bangalore, then define one. City equal to Chennai, this one. 3 different rules I have to define. But I want to create them in a single set. Then, like a flowchart, I want to create like this. I want to create if city equal to Hyderabad, city equal to Bangalore. I want to define a single rule. Now, if I define something like this, what will happen? Everything is built in a single process. Previously, I was creating 3 different processes. Process 1, process 2, process 3. But now I am giving a single process here. Are you getting? Now this is like a flow chart, wherein I was able to build everything within a single flow. Now, if you want to build a process like this, we will go for a process builder. Instead of designing 3 independent processes, I want to design all of them together in a single step as a flow chart. If this is the condition, do this. If this is the condition, do this. If this is the condition, do this. Are you getting my point? Generally, when you go to workflow rule, one rule, if this is the rule, this is the action. Second one, second workflow rule number 2, action number 2. Rule number 3, action number 3. I have to define 3 independent workflow rules. But if I go to a flow chart, if I go to a process builder, I can build them like a single flow. Like a flow chart, I can build everything as a single step. So the process builder help you to build entire functionality within a single process. Instead of defining multiple steps, multiple workflows, multiple approvals, I can build everything in a single process. Okay. Next, primary point. When is the workflow rule fired? When is the workflow rule fired? Workflow rule is fired when a record is created or record is modified. Am I right? When a record is created or record is modified, when a record is created or record is modified, workflow rule is fired. But when the process builder is fired, same story. When a record is created or record is modified, process builder is fired. Workflow is also fired when a record is created or modified. Process builder is also fired when a record is created or modified. Can I call a workflow from another workflow? Can one workflow fire another workflow? No. Process builder can be called from another process builder. One process builder can call another process builder. Okay. Next primary point. If you are going for a process builder, look at this. Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals. We have process. Once again, I'll create, setup, build, create, workflows and approvals. We have process. New process. Process name. When this process is called, process builder will be invoked by another process builder, or a process builder is invoked when the change occurs on the record. Process builder will be invoked when a change occurs on the record. Process builder will be called by another process. Process builder will be called by another process. Process builder will be called by another process, or process builder is called when the record changes. Process builder is called by another process, or a process builder is invoked when a record changes. Now it is asking when record changes. When record changes. What is the second one? When invoked by another. Platform events, lightning. Record changes, invoked by another process. I told when record changes. When record changes. Now, look at the point. On which object you are trying to create? Start. Choose the object. Account object. Account object. When account object, when record is created, or when record is created or edited, or every time the record is created and edited. You choose it. Record is created and every time it is edited, created or edited, created and every time it is edited. Three choices like workflow rule. What are the choices are there? Same story. Now what is the condition? You are supposed to define a condition. What is the condition? Industry rule. Industry rule. When conditions are met, formula is met. When conditions are met, formula evaluates to no criteria. It is your choice. It is your choice. What was that? When a condition is met, or when formula is true, or when there is no criteria. I told when conditions are met. How you define the condition? Industry equals to bank. Industry equals to bank. On account, when industry equal to banking, add an action. What is the action? Generally, workflow will have what type of actions? Workflow will have what type of actions? Workflow will have email alert, field update, task, outbound message. Email alert, field update, task, outbound message. Whereas the process builder has invoking an Apex class. This will call an Apex class. It can create a new record. It can send an email. It can call a flow. It can post a message. Process. It can call another process. Quick action. Submit for approval. Record updates. Now, what are the actions we have? Apex. Calling an Apex class. Creating a record. Email. invoking a flow, post to charter, process, quick action, submit for approval, update record. These are the different actions. So we have more actions. Compared to workflows. What are the extra action? Apex, creating a record, calling a flow, posting a message, process, quick action. Even through this, we can submit the record for approval. There we are manually submitting, but here we can straight away submit. When record meets the condition, directly submit the record. In the approval process, when I click on the button, record is submitted for approval. In the approval process, when I click on the button, record is submitted for approval. Whereas here, when the condition is met, automatically record is submitted for approval. I hope you're good. Add an action. What type of action you want to do? First, I'll go with a create a record. When industry equal to banking, create a record. Now you are trying to create a record. When you want to create a record, last name equal to, I'm giving some value. Then I'm giving account ID equal to, it is asking ID or field reference. Field reference means whichever the record which has filed this process, that record values I am referring. Field reference means whichever the record has filed this process builder, that record data we are trying to use. Field reference, whichever the record has filed this flow, that record values. Field reference. So what was it? Whenever a new account is created with industry equal to banking, automatically create a contact record. Whenever a new account is created with industry equal to banking, automatically create a contact. I repeat, whenever a new account is created with industry equal to banking, automatically create a contact record. Activate it. When new account is created, what happened? Automatically contact is created. So what was the action? Creating a new record. Whenever a condition is met, create a record. Whenever a condition is met, create a record. I hope you are good. Okay. Now, which record we are creating? Child record. I have created a child record. Similarly, let us go back. I guess everybody has followed this point. Once again, I'll create. We'll deactivate this. Once you activate it, you will not be able to add extra points to that. Now let us go back to this. Process builder. New action. When record changes. Contact. When new record is created. Add a criteria. when lead source equals to web. When a new contact is created with the lead source equal to web, then I want to perform an action. Action. What is the action? Record. Apex we cannot do it now, so I'll go with a record. Am I able to create? When a contact is created with a lead source, when a contact is created, lead source as web, create account, where account name equal to contact, account name equal to contact first name. Whichever the contact you created, with that contact name, we are creating one account. Then phone equal to field reference, contact phone. Industry equal to. So, am I able to create? Parent is able to create a child. Child is able to create a parent. Parent is able to create a child. Child is able to create a parent. Now, it is not necessary that they should have a relation. Okay, when a condition is met, I can create a record for any object. It can be a child, it can be a parent, or it can be any one of the object which is not associated with me also. Now, once I create a record, if the condition is met, based on this condition, I can create another record by using the data of this record, or I can give a fixed data. Now, is it necessary that it should be a child? Not necessary. Is it necessary that it should be a parent? Not necessary. It is not necessary that it should be a parent or a child. Then activate. Then go back to this. Go to the contact. Lead source web. I create a contact. The moment you create a contact, go to account. Ravi. I hope you are good with this. Right, boss? So, I can create any one of the record. It can be my child, it can be my parent, or it can be any one of the independent. So, whenever the criteria is met, we will be able to create a record for another object. That another object can be my child, it can be my parent, or it can be my independent object. I hope you are good with this. People are clear? So, let us go to the next one. Let us go to the next action. I am trying to create one more. New choose the object opportunity. Stage not equals to closed 1. When stage is not equal to closed 1, perform an action. Create a record. Email it, we know how to send email it. The flow is also programmable part. Email we know, right? We need to cover that email again. So when a condition is met, automatically email will be sent. Is necessary to show the example again? You know how to send, right? The moment I select the email head, select the create an email template, select the email template. Then automatically what happened? Email will be sent to the corresponding. Now what is new here? Post to Chatter. Posting a message to Chatter. On user for a Chatter group or this record. I told post it on this record. Post a message. Activate. Opportunity. Now, what is the message you got? Name Wipro, stage name prospecting, amount I gave blank, blank. What was this? Message. What was the message? Charter message. Posting the message on the charter. When the condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. When the condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. When the condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. When the condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. I hope you are good. When the condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. I hope you are good. When a condition is met, I want to post a message on the charter. Okay. Now once again. Clear, clear, boss. Go back again. Build, create. Now, process one process builder calling another process builder. Now let us take an example of that. Process builder, new process builder. Opportunity. On opportunity, I have a condition. Just our opportunity. Stage. If opportunity stage equals to prospecting, if opportunity, otherwise I can simply say no criteria. No criteria. Action, action, field update, record update. Close date equals to Close date equals to today. What is the action I made? Close date equal to today. Again, I'll go back. What did I do? Close date, formula. Field reference or formula. I gave formula, close date as today. The next one, activate. Now, look at this. When this will be performed here, boss? When this will be performed? Opti chain. What is the condition we gave? When record is created. I don't want to perform when the record is created. I don't want to perform when record is created. Look at the point. Opti, you want to change the condition. What is the condition? When record changes or invoked by another process. Already I defined it. Now can I change this process now? We are not getting a choice to change it. Once it is defined, we are not getting a choice to change it. So what I was supposed to do again? Properties, save it. And what I am doing? Cancel. The problem is, once you are done, you will not be able to. I made a mistake there. I want to modify. I am not getting a choice there. So what I am doing? I was supposed to recreate. This is one of the drawback. In the workflow rules, I can go there and modify a number of times. But here I am not getting a choice to modify. New. Opti chain invoked by another process. This is not called when record changes. This is called by another process. This cannot be called directly. This should be called by another process. This is not called directly. This is called by another process. Object. Opti. Criteria. No criteria. Action. I want to perform an action called record update. Record update. What was that record update? Close date. Formula. No condition. Formula. Close date equal to today. This is one process. Second process I am creating. Opti. When record changes. This will be called when record changes. What is the condition? Opportunity. Record created or edited. Criteria. Close to 1. Close to 1. When the stage name equal to close to 1, add an action. What is the action you want to call? Process. What is the action? I am calling another process. What is the process name? Opti. So process invoking another process. Now when you are invoking another processor, another process should run on which record? Process will run on a record. Another process should run on which record? Another process should run on the same record on which this process is running. Another process should run on same record on which the process is running. Or else I can say my parent ID, run on my parent record, run on my child record. So when I say I am calling a process, process will be invoked on a record. Process will be invoked on a record. Which record? The same record on which this process is running, or you have child, you have parent. You want to run on your parent, you want to run on your child, we can pass the ID here. So whichever the record ID we pass, that record, on that record the process will run. Process is calling another process. Process will be running on a particular record. Now on which record that process has to run? Now I am passing boss. Whatever the record on which I am running this, on the same record you also work. Whatever the record I am running, this record, parent record, on this record, parent record, you run it. So you can specify on which record you want to run, activate. I told if the stage name is modified as closure one, close date should be today. Close date is modified as 10/26. One process called, another process performed, field update. So what are the actions? One is creating a record, another one is a email, okay, another one is email. Then we have process calling another process, charter message. Then we have record update. So creation of record update, email, calling a process, and posting a charter. Apart from these five, there are four more. What are they? Invoking an Apex class, invoking a flow, okay, submitting the record for approval, or quick action. But Apex flow, that will be covering in the programmatical point. That I cannot cover here, I will be covering in the programmatical point. Right, boss? Are you clear about this? Clear? So what is this? We have a choice like a flow chart. Again, I will create this. One more example. Setup, build, create, workflows and approvals, process builder, deactivated. Now look at this. It's already deactivated, right? I want to add extra condition. Are you able to add the extra condition? So if you want to add anything, if you want to make any change, what should I do? Recreate. There's a drawback with this. Their workflows and approvals, they have a choice. I can create a modified number of times. But what is the advantage of this? What is the advantage of this? Multiple actions. Different type of actions which are not supported by workflows and approvals. And we can have like a flow chart. Like I give you. Industry equal banking, this is the action. Industry analysis, this is the action. So I created. Then what are the actions? We have either immediate action or time dependent action. Immediate actions are schedule action. In the workflows, we have immediate and time dependent. Here also we have immediate and time dependent. Add action. What are the action? Calling in Apex class, creating a record, invoking email, flows, posting a message, calling another process, quick action. I'll show you what will be the quick actions here. Submit for approval, update a record. So these are the extra actions what we have. I can also submit the record for approval. Now choose the approval process. Choose the approval process. Who is the submitter? save it. So when you create a record with industry equal to banking, automatically this record is going for approval. So if you want to send the record for approval, you have to create a approval process first. That approval process joined here. We cannot run a approval process from here. You cannot create a approval process from here. You have to create a approval process that can be filed from here. Are you getting my point? First you are supposed to create a approval process. That approval process will file from here. Now advantage is like a flow chart, we can run multiple conditions. Disadvantage is once you create, we cannot modify it. Advantage of workflows is we can define it, we can modify it whenever you want. Disadvantage is for every process we have to define a different workflow. For every process we have to define a different workflow is a disadvantage. Advantage is we can customize it as per your requirement whenever you want. Process builder advantage is all the process together one flow. Disadvantage, we cannot modify it. Clear? The workflows, when they are filed, when record is created, record is edited, every time the record is edited. Process builder also same. Record created, edited, whenever the record is, every time it is edited. Actions, task, email, field update, field update and task, email, outbound message, field update. Whereas here, we have 9 actions. What are they? Calling a class, creating a record, creating a record, then submitting the record for approval process, updating a record, invoking a flow, posting a message, quick action, submitting the record for approval process. Right? I hope you are good with this. Clear? Clear, boss? So both of them have their own. So on a single object, multiple flows you want to create at a time, then we can go with this. But you should be careful because modification make you to write one more time. Modification makes you to write the entire functionality one more time. I hope you are good. No extra things. The only thing is like a flow we can do it. Scheduled and immediate action. I hope you are good. Clear, boss? Okay? Right. When the process builder is called? When a record changes or when called by another process. Process builder can be called by another process or it can be called by record modifications. Okay. What is the first step? Users. We know how to create the user. If you want to create a user, what we need? Role, profile, license. How many types of users will be there? 2 types. Internal, external. Who are the internal users? Working on application. External users working on communities, sites, portals. Then mass email user. Within the company, if you want to send any email to your employees, then I'll go for mass email users. Now I want to say, we have a opening for Salesforce. Please please provide the references. Okay, 50% of the new employee salary will be given to you. So I want to send an email. What was that? Mass email. Or I want to send Diwali wishes. Mass email. Select the list of users. Next, choose the email template. Next, when you want to send, right now or you want to schedule it, do it. This is for what? Sending internal email for your employees, for your users. If you want to send any internal email, then we go for mass email. Then roles, this will specify data hierarchy. Okay, which data is visible to who. Then permission set. If you want to grant any extra set of permission, we'll go for permission set. Permission set, any extra set of permission apart from what you are already getting from profile. So whatever the permissions are given the profile, they will be visible here. If you want to grant any extra permission, you can do that. Now take one question, find out the answer for this. Which of the permissions cannot be granted? Which of the permissions that cannot be granted using permission set? Which of the permissions cannot be granted from? Which of the permissions that cannot be granted using permission set? Which of the permissions that cannot be granted using permission set. Which are the permissions that cannot be granted by using permission set? Check out this question. Okay. Find out the answer for that. Next one. What is the next one we had? User manage settings. Now you want to deactivate the user. You want to deactivate yourself. User self deactivate. You are deactivating yourself. Okay. This doesn't make a difference for you. Okay. Profiles. Profiles. What is a profile? Profile will tell what user can see, what user can access, what user can perform. Okay. Now, couple of permissions I will discuss at the report level. At report level, we are not given that points. I'll quickly revise those points. Who can see the report builder? Manage reports in public folder. What is this? At the time of discussing about the folders, I told you. At the time of discussing about the folders, I told you. Now, who can access this folder? Manage reports in the public folder. Unified public report folder. There is a folder, right? Who can see that report folder? People who have this permission. Who can create a new reports? Create and customize reports. Who can modify the reports? Edit my reports. Who can schedule the reports? Schedule my reports. Now, reports which are private. Now you kept the reports. I created my report. I kept in my folder called my personal folder. Now I am administrator. Now I want to access your reports. Now manage all private reports. Even though they are private for you, I can access them and manage it. Now subscribe report. Anybody want to follow the report. Then we have view reports in public folder. Run reports. There is an option called run. Export the reports. So what was that? This will give you permission. At the end of the game, profile will give you permissions. It will tell you permissions. Now we have dashboards. Create and customize dashboards. Edit my dashboards. Manage all private dashboards. Subscribe dashboard. All this what? Profile is going to tell you what you can see, what you can manage. Are you allowed to create a report? Are you allowed to modify your report? Are you allowed to create an object? Are you allowed to create a workflow? Are you allowed to see? Now, I don't want you to see this menu. I don't want you to see this menu. Whatever the setup menu is coming, I don't want you to see that menu. So we have an option called View Setup and Configuration. If this option is disabled, you will not get an option called Setup. If you don't get an option called Setup, you cannot manage any one of the admin level permissions. You can only see the tabs. Click on the tab, enter the data, view the data. But you will not be able to modify any one of the existing backup application settings. So if I don't want you to see, if I don't want you to manage any one of the settings, simply what I do, I'll go to the profile. And what is the option I give? I'll simply say view, setup and configuration. Disable, view, setup and configuration. Disable, view, setup and configuration. Are you getting my point? If I disable this option, what will happen? These options you will not be able to see. I hope you got my point. Public group. What is this public group? Group of users wrapped under one set. Where did they use this concept? Public group cannot be owner, right? When public group cannot be owner, where do you use this concept? When public group cannot be owner, where do they use this concept? When public group cannot be owner, where did I use this concept? Where did I use it? Submitting the record. Who can submit? Public group can submit. Share the record. With whom I can share? Public group. Whose record I can share? Records in the public group. So I can use for sharing the records. I can use for sending a mail. I can use for submitting the record to a group of people. Right? So I can use public group for sharing rules. Okay, sharing rules, then approval process, emails, all this concept. What is the queue? What is a queue? If you want a group of people to access, be a owner of a record. If you want a group of people to be a owner of a record, then I'll go for queues. Login history. Who has logged in? What is the status? Success or failure? Why it is failure? Identity verification. What is this identity verification? What is that identity verification? Now when I'm trying to log in, sometimes I'll send a OPT, like OTP. Did you use that OTP or not? Is it used or not used? User success or failure? That I will be seeing here. Identify verification. Now what is the OTP verification code? Attempt, success or failure. Okay. Then what is this manage apps? It's an integration. Connecting with other applications. Manage territories. What is this manage territories? What is the manage territories? We have seen this at the record level settings. Sharing the accounts based on territory. Now records which belongs to this territory are visible to these users. I told all the records, the users of the North Indian can access the records of North India. Now this is giving you extra permissions on the accounts, dividing the accounts based on the region and adding them to the territory. These records belongs to this territory. These users belongs to this territory. Users of this territory can access the records of the territory with the read, edit and delete. When you want to share the records or access the records based on territory, we will go for territory management. On which object will get it? Account. Only on account object. You want to share your account records based on the territory, we can do that. Then what is this company profile? What is company profile? Your company basic information. What is your company ID? What is the currency format? What is the local language? What is the edition you are using? What are the licenses you are using? How many of them are used? All this. What is their financial year? Financial year, every company will have one business year. Generally, we take March 1st to March 31st. Our format is March 1st to March 30, April 1st to March 31st. That's generally. Somebody will take April 1st to March 1st. Somebody will take April 1st to March 31st. Financial year. Then, now there are two types of financial year: standard and custom. Standard means it is a 12 months format. Salesforce will manage it. You simply need to tell from which month you want to take it. I told from June I want to take. June to next year, June ending or June 1st. Right? So it is 12 months. The 12 months is divided into 4 quarters. What is the purpose of this financial year? It will calculate the revenue. What is the revenue for this quarter? Revenue for next quarter? Revenue for third quarter? To estimate. Financial year is nothing but your business year. No, I don't want to take the financial year based on the months. I want to take based on the weeks. I don't want to take based on the month. I want to take based on the week. I don't want to take based on the month. I want to take based on the week. So year is divided into 53 weeks and each quarter will have 13 weeks. Year is divided into 15 weeks, 53 weeks. Okay, and each quarter will have 13 weeks. Now, if you observe carefully, this month how many weeks you have started? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. If you go to next month, it again 1, 2, 3, 4. The next month will be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what was that? It is 4, 4, 5. Now look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This order. So they are asking, boss, 13 weeks means you told 13 weeks equal to 1 quarter. Okay. You want to start your quarter with month which has 4, 5, 4, or 4, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 4. You want to start your quarter. Your quarter should start with a month which has 4 weeks, followed by 4 weeks, followed by 5 weeks, or start with a month which has 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, or 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. So that will be taken. Pattern will repeat. One extra week will be there. That will be repeated twice. Otherwise, it will be 4, 4, 5 in a month. Either 4 weeks will start or 5 weeks will start. The pattern is generally 4, 4, 5. Okay. Now, what is this called? I don't want to take based on months. Generally, people will divide year into 4 quarters. Each quarter 3 weeks, 3 months. Each quarter 3 months. Somebody will take based on weeks. Somebody will take based on weeks. Are you getting? Your year, business year is 1 year, boss. From which date to which date? That will have 365 days, which is 12 months or 53 weeks. You want to follow 12 months format or 53 weeks format. Standard means Salesforce will manage. Custom means you have to manage. Once I enable custom, we cannot disable it. Now, what is this? It is a standard. It is a standard. If I say no, I want to go with a custom, Salesforce say if it is a custom, I will not manage, you have to manage. Once I enable it, I cannot disable it. Once I enable it, I cannot disable it. Now they are asking 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, which format you want to take? Or you want to take period formats, 13 periods, 4 weeks, 4 weeks structure. Now, we also have multiple currency. If you remember, we didn't enable that option in the beginning, saying that once it is enabled, we cannot disable it. Now I am going for activate multiple. I enabled multiple currencies. The moment I enable multiple currencies, I enable multiple currencies here. What is the option we have? Currency. Now, what is the default currency of your company? INR. Currency type. Now I am saying 1 INR equal to this OIK. Some structure we are taking. What is that? This is all. So I have created. Based on this, what will happen? Your values will be displayed. While storing the data, it will store in INR only. While let anybody enter, the data will be okay. It will be stored in the INR only. While displaying the data to you, it will be displayed in this format. Right? If somebody is entering, I told my local currency is okay USD. I entered 500. Convert it into rupees and save it. Now data is in rupees. While displaying to you, I will convert it into dollars and show you. Why? Because whatever the currency format your company is following, in the same currency format, data will be stored. Now, if you go to this account, I was trying to create a new account record. Now, it will ask you which currency format you are entering, as per INR or USD. Now, you are going to enter the amount. This amount is as per INR or OMR or USD. So, once I enable, on every object, this option will come to you. Let us see opportunity. Right? Once you enable, we will not be able to disable. So I can enter the data in multiple currency formats. Then what is the other data we had? Business hours, days and hours on which the support team is available. Holidays, what are the off days here? Language settings, what are the languages your Salesforce will support for the user? Now if you go with this, if I select this, if I select any one of these language, Salesforce will convert entire application into that language except setup and help. Except these two options, rest all the application will be converted into that language. If I choose any one of these language as my local language, entire application will be converted into that language except setup and help. If I select any one of these language, Salesforce will not convert, but it gives you option to convert. Like it is giving an option how to convert. Like you are using a mobile WhatsApp message, you will type Telugu message in English, you will type Hindi message in English. The message is Hindi wording, but you will be typing in English. Like that, you tell me what should I print in German, I will display it. I cannot convert into German. Why? Whatever I created, I know what it is called in German, so I can convert it. Now, platform language means what? You are building a new program, you are building a new object, you are building a new application. What it is called in German, I don't know. What it is called in Spanish, I don't know. Whatever I created, I know I can convert directly. But platform means you are building them. Whatever you are building, I don't know what they are. So I am giving an option to you only to convert and display. So how do you convert? There is a translation. First, enable the translation. If you are a Java developer or C++ developer, internationalization concept. Now, what was this? Enable the translation. What are the languages you want to support? I want to support German language. For whom? Satish. If Satish choose local language as German, support is there. Now, you told support German language. Look at this. In German, if anybody open, what was that application I created? If anybody open this load management application, display this as, this is not German, boss. Some random message I am typing it. So, if you choose your language as German, if I change my language as German, instead of displaying this, it will display this. You are telling what it should be called in German. You give it, I will display it. You tell me how it should be displayed, I will display it. It is not German. For which, whatever you are building, those I cannot understand and convert. You tell me how should I display, I will display in the same way. This is called translation. Right, boss? Then security controllers. What is this health checkup, boss? Now you will be enabling some options and disabling some options, right? Now look at this. Some option is enabled. Because of this option, your application is under risk. You will be modifying some options. Boss, you modified this option. Maximum invalid items are 10. Because I modified from 3 to 10, there is a warning. There is a risk reduced to 3. So it is going to give the changes what you made. Because of the changes, is the application is under any risk or not? An indication will be given to you. Based on which you can revert back to the changes. Sharing settings, OWDs and sharing rules. OWDs and sharing. Field accessibility, how you control the permissions on the field, page layout and profile level. Password policies, what is the length of the password, okay, combination of the password, how many invalid items. Right. Session settings, once you log in, I logged into Salesforce and working. How long you can continue to work? I told 2 hours. After 2 hours, what will happen? Automatically, you will be logged out. Session setting. How long I can continue to work? Then, login flows. This will be covering the programming. Login flow means, now generally, I enter username, password. Once I enter username, password, we are logging into Salesforce. Now you don't want to do that. Once I log into username, password, once I log in, you want to send a OTP to the registered email mobile, or I am going to give a random key. If you enter that random key to a mobile, then only I am going to allow you to log in. If you want to give any extra security levels to this, generally what we are doing, username, password, logging in. If you want to add any extra steps to log in, after username, password, any extra steps you want, we can create. Programmatically, we have to implement this. Network access, we already know IP ranges. Activation, what are the IP addresses from which we have activated. Session management. Right now, you are feeling that Developer console is a part of this. Help is a part of this. Everything is a part of this. Internally, these many applications are running. You logged in with the same ID. How many applications are running? 5 to 6 applications are running. Look at this. Internally, these applications are running. These applications are running internally. So they're interconnected applications. You feel that you are logged into only one application, but internally there are a group of applications which are running. This is a concept of single sign-on also. We'll be discussing that in the integration first phase. Integration first classes I'll be discussing the declarative integration, the single sign-on concepts. What was that single sign-on concept? Now you are logging into Gmail. When you log into Gmail, automatically you are logged into. I logged into Gmail and opened a YouTube. Automatically your name will come on the top of the YouTube. Did you log into YouTube? You logged into only Gmail, but when you open the YouTube, automatically your name is coming. When you open a Google Drive, automatically your name is coming. When you open a Google Docs, automatically your name is coming. Actually, you logged into what? Gmail. But automatically the 34 applications which are there in the Google products, 34 products are there. All the applications you are able to log in. What was that? Single sign-on. It is a single sign-on. You log into one, automatically they are logged in. So we'll be looking at this down the line. Login access, you don't require all this. Yeah. This is very dangerous for you, boss. You set up audit trail. If your manager want to see whether you're sleeping or working, you just click on view setup trail. You'll be finding. Look at this. Translation workbench enabled at this time by Satish. Created a new currency format. Now everything is tracked here. So whether you work or not, keep on opening the functionality. Created a flows, account flow. Everything is tracked here. How long? Last 6 months will be same. Right. So when task is given to you, keep opening it. Expire all the possible. In a single click, you want to expire all the things. Okay. Don't touch any other functionalities. Right. So this is the basic format of your presentation. I hope you are good with this. Right. Now the topics what you are supposed to concentrate. Now